So today we see a collapse with the market suddenly turning downwards. But how problematic is this reaction? I mean, should we panic too? Well, in today's video, we're gonna study this movement from the perspective of technical analysis, which is here to guide us and help us make decisions based on statistics and evidence without emotions or assumptions. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel, where you will receive unbiased market analysis every single day. My name is Nathan, so let us see what to expect from the market from now on. Welcome to another daily analysis. So as we can see here, SPY is clearly correcting. It is making a massive bearish candlestick pattern, losing important short-term support levels and the medium-term support levels as well, like the 21-day EMA, the exponential moving average on the daily chart, which was a crystal clear support level yesterday. Now today it did act as a resistance level for us. Therefore, it is a major inflection point for the SPY. What's more, we are losing the 595, the previous trigger point of this bullish pivot point, a higher high, higher low on the 1-hour chart. In addition, we broke the 21-hour EMA, which is right now again acting as a resistance level for us. Now, if you ask me, Nathan, is SPY bullish or bearish? We are still bullish, however, this reaction is alarming. We are on the verge of a reversal because we are still making higher highs, higher lows. All right, I know today we did collapse. However, this drop, this low is still above the previous low. So it is still a bull trend. However, if the SPY fails in breaking the 595 along with the 21-hour EMA and of course the 21-day EMA as well, we could see another lower high, lower low, a bearish pivot point, and that's a classic bearish reversal chart structure. Therefore, it is extremely important for us to see the SPY breaking its major short-term and the medium-term resistance levels as soon as possible in order to maintain the bullish bias on the daily chart. If we don't, alright, we're gonna see more correction ahead. And if we see more correction ahead, what's the most dangerous key point for the SPY? 586. Because the 586 is not only a previous top level, as we can see here on October 17, but it is a multiple support area for the SPY. What's more, it is a possible trigger point, the neckline of this head and shoulders chart pattern. We could see a lower high, lower low on the daily chart, triggering a head and shoulders chart pattern, which is one of the most reliable chart patterns known in technical analysis, which is gonna be a very dangerous and a problematic situation for the SPY, because by triggering this head and shoulders, we could easily drop to much lower levels. Our first technical target would be the 576 to close this open gap over here. But if you ask me, this head and shoulders has a better technical target by projecting the difference, the distance between the head and the neckline in the direction of the breakout. We see a technical target around $563-64, which seems to be a no man's land. However, when we take a look at the weekly chart, we see that the 564, 563 was the previous major resistance level on SPY in July and August this year, and also in September this year as well. So it was a multiple resistance level. Now, possible future support level for us if we see the SPY triggering its head and shoulders chart pattern on the daily chart. Therefore, the situation is critical for the SPY. We gotta see a meaningful bullish reaction as soon as possible to avoid a sharper correction to the 586, which is going to be the most dangerous resistance level for us. I'm so sorry, support level for us, alright? So, it all depends on how it is gonna react in this area next week, all right? If we see a miraculous reaction closing above the 21-day EMA, fantastic. SPY is going to probably resume its bullish momentum, seeking the all-time high again, but for now, this reaction is indeed quite problematic. Okay, so we gotta see a meaningful reaction as soon as possible, and this is especially true for the QQQ, because the QQQ, as far as I know, it is stabilizing around a crystal clear support area. We are still testing the moving average over here along with this purple trend line, which is a very important support level for us since August this year. Therefore, we are in a multiple support area, but by losing this multiple support area, especially the $515 down here, we could also trigger a tiny but still valid head and shoulders chart pattern. In this case, we could easily trigger a sharper correction on the weekly chart to retest the $500 or maybe even the 21-week EMA. Is this going to ruin the long-term bullish bias? No, because we are still inside this ascending channel. But I do understand that a correction, a simple and a harmless correction from a technical point of view, a harmless correction to the moving average, represents a drop-off nearly 5%. The SPY, if we trigger a correction to the target of this head and shoulders chart pattern, we are talking about a correction of, let me see, more than 5%. So it is a quite dangerous reaction, and it is a lot, all right? It feels like 5%, it is not that much, but guys, believe me, it is, because we are talking about the SPY, we are talking about the QQQ. It's because some of you guys are Tesla traders, all right? And the Tesla, by the way, by coincidence, is dropping 5% today. In one single day, Tesla is dropping, Tesla right here, in one single bearish candlestick is dropping what the SPY could drop in a matter of weeks by materializing this gigantic head and shoulders chart pattern. So trust me, a 5% drop on SPY, it is a lot. So do not underestimate this drop, okay? So it feels like sometimes Tesla traders are the Gen Z of the stock market, always too focused on Tesla only, all right? Totally oblivious to the other amazing opportunities around them because they're too focused on their smartphones. You know, it is just like during Christmas. You see the entire family together talking, having a very good time, and then you saw the Gen Z in the corner with his smartphone, looking so sad and depressed. But it is Tesla traders, all right? Of course, I have absolutely nothing against Tesla traders. I have nothing against Gen Z, all right? I mean, my wife is Gen Z, so nothing against. It is just a joke, but it is for you to understand how the market works, because you gotta understand how this puzzle works. Tesla is part of this gigantic puzzle, okay? So we gotta pay attention to the broad market, to the broad sentiment, in order to understand how to react properly, even when we talk about individual stocks. So let's pay attention on how the indices are playing, because they are going to dictate how our stocks are going to behave next as well. For instance, Nvidia is right here right now around its 21-day EMA. All right, we found a resistance level here. We see a possible descending channel over here, right, on Nvidia. We gotta see a breakout of this channel, a crystal clear breakout again as soon as possible above this moving average, and then and only then we may see Nvidia retesting the 146 again. But guys, one single bearish candle, and this is valid for Tesla, this is valid for the indices, one single bearish candle is simply not enough. It is never enough to make us panic, because one single candle doesn't represent too much when we take a look at the big picture, okay? In order for us to see a crystal clear top signal, in order for us to see a crystal clear bottom signal, a crystal clear bullish or bearish reversal, we gotta see more candles, all right? One single candle usually more often than not, represents just an overreaction of the market. One single bearish candle, right, represents just an overreaction, especially when we take a look at the SPY, for instance. We see today's reaction. Okay, how dangerous is this? Well, how dangerous was this reaction? Okay, fantastic bear candle below the moving average after triggering, by the way, after triggering a lower high, lower low. All right, we don't see lower highs, clear lower highs, lower lows yet, but we saw one right here, followed by a massive bearish candlestick pattern. How dangerous was, I don't know, this reaction over here? All right, on September 6th, or maybe this reaction over here on August 7th. So guys, always pay attention to the broad market, always look at the big picture in order to understand how to react properly, because as long as you have a crystal clear strategy, you will never panic in this market, because the most important thing of all is to manage your risk properly. And this is why we use technical analysis, because TA alone is not enough for you, to become a good trader. All right, in order for you to be a good trader, you gotta use TA, you gotta use risk management, you gotta control your emotions. All right, so it is a package. Okay, so TA here alone help us a lot identifying the most important turning points, but in the end, it is up to us to manage risk properly. And of course, if you want to learn all these techniques, the techniques that I use on my daily life, join the 5% project. There, I'm gonna teach you how to use these key points, the most important inflection points on our stocks, to trade correctly. All right, I always share clear buy and sell signals for you, and of course I teach you the theory, because I wrote an exclusive ebook on technical analysis, and it is you to download over there. It is free, by the way, because you can join the 5% project for free for 7 days, just to see if it is for you. All right, so just take a look at our website, link in the video's description. There I teach you the theory and we apply our knowledge in practice every single day, sharing advanced trading strategies on many stocks in real time. All right, because we are a skin in the game community. You can join for free for 7 days, and then you will decide for yourself if the community is for you. All right, because here, that's our philosophy. All right, I'm gonna show you some service first, and then you will decide if you want to stay with us. All right, so just take a look at our website. Link is in this video's description. All right, are we good? Now back to Nvidia. We see a bearish candle, but we are still above the moving average. There is still a chance that we could recover, break free from this descending channel, but it is very important for us to see Nvidia reacting next week. All right, as soon as possible, okay, preferably by Monday. So far, we see just a pullback to the moving average. If we lose this key point next week, all right, we're gonna probably correct back to the 130s again. Okay, so far it is too soon to tell. Tesla has a similar situation, a similar problem, because just like Nvidia, just like SPY, QQQ, etc., it is still above a critical inflection point, which is 414. The previous top level, as we can see here on the weekly chart, the previous top level from November 2021. Okay, it is quite frustrating to see Tesla at the same price level it was in November 2021, but right now this key point is our inflection point, because if Tesla, guys, if Tesla by any means misses the 414, it is going to also lose the moving average, it is going to also lose the 21-day EMA on the daily chart, and it is going to also trigger a bearish pivot point, a lower high, lower low. Guys, remember, uptrends are made of higher highs, higher lows, right? Fantastic. Downtrends are made of lower highs, lower lows. That would be the first bearish pivot point since July this year. All right, so it is going to be a very dangerous reaction for Tesla, losing a critical support level, double support area made by 414, made by the 21-day EMA. And to make matters worse, On the weekly chart, we see a possible shooting star candlestick pattern over here. So by triggering this shooting star pattern, we could see a classic top signal on the weekly chart getting triggered. Therefore, this is going to be very, very problematic for Tesla, suggesting a sharper correction on the weekly chart. And guys, a 5% correction on the SPY, maybe it is not that much to you, but on Tesla, if we drop all the way down to the moving average over here on the weekly chart, we are talking about a 28% drop. All right, so that's a lot, okay? Regardless if you are a Tesla trader or not, that's a lot. Therefore, we gotta be aware of this particular key point, $414. That's our major inflection point. If you are bullish on Tesla, you don't want to see Tesla losing it. If you want to buy Tesla at a cheaper price level, or if you're bearish on Tesla, you want to see Tesla losing this double support level. This is it. All right, the situation is quite simple over here. And Tesla stock, and this one is an alien. All right, it is a complete alien. I don't know how, but AMD is actually going up right now today, making a bullish reaction. I'm so sorry. However, unlike Tesla, unlike Nvidia, unlike the broad market, we are still in a bear trend. We are still making lower highs, lower lows. If we see AMD making higher highs, higher lows, fantastic. Right now would be the best time to see AMD reacting, because on the weekly chart we see a possible bottom signal, called bullish Harami candlestick pattern, which I also describe on my ebook on technical analysis. Again, it is free to download on our Telegram channel. You can just join us for free for 7 days. I'm not gonna charge you, so just take a look over there, download the ebook, and start learning how to use the most interesting bottom and the top signals in your favor. Now we see a possible bottom signal on AMD, bullish Harami, above a crystal clear support level, 121. That's fantastic. If next week we actually trigger this Harami candlestick pattern, it is going to be a bottom signal triggered, meaning AMD has everything to trigger a long-term bullish reversal chart structure, possibly retesting the 144, closing this first open gap on the daily chart. We have more gaps above the price, and they will all become our next targets if we see AMD actually reversing this downtrend. But for now, let's focus on the 144 if we see AMD triggering its bullish Harami on the weekly chart. All right, so let's pay attention to this price action right now. AMD is a very, very promising stock. I'm very optimistic regarding AMD, but we gotta see a crystal clear bottom signal on the weekly chart in order to materialize a crystal clear long-term bullish reversal. All right, now regarding Palantir, this one is again losing the $80, making this reaction a possible false breakout. And this is quite frustrating. Yes, it is, but it happens. Is Palantir bearish right now? It is not, because we are still above the 21-day EMA and above the $71. Only if Palantir loses both key points, we're gonna see an actual bearish reversal chart structure in play on the daily chart. Right now, we are still maintaining the bullish bias. We are still in an uptrend, so the situation is relatively safe, but I do understand that a pullback to the moving average, or maybe even to the $71, represents a correction of almost 10%. So we gotta be cautious in this scenario, and as far as I know, any bullish reaction near the moving average or near the $71 could be just another buying opportunity. But so far, we don't see any clear buy signal. All right, Nathan, I already bought Palantir. Well, okay, that's fine. We are not bearish yet, but if we do turn bearish by losing these two support levels, Palantir is going to be a very dangerous stock to long, especially for swing traders. So let's pay attention to these key points from now on. And the Broadcom is also facing a problematic situation today. It is dropping, however, we are far away from our support levels. We are far away from materializing any crystal clear top signal, any crystal clear bearish reaction. As far as I know, any pullback to the moving average on the daily chart could be just another harmless pullback and possibly another buying opportunity near the $210 again, all right? So any pullback would be just another buying opportunity because we are still bullish, all right? We don't see any bearish reversal chart structure. Nathan, what if we lose the $210 along with the 21-day EMA? By losing these key points, we are gonna technically turn bearish. Then Broadcom is not going to be a buy again, all right? Very simple situation. But as long as you stay above both key points, just like Palantir, right? As long as you stay above both key points, just like Tesla, as long as you stay above both key points, the uptrend will prevail. All right, are we good? Now, Meta. You guys have been asking me to analyze Meta for the past 2 weeks, I believe. I simply forgot to analyze. I'm so sorry, my fault. Now, if you ask me, Meta is more like sideways, but we are maintaining the bullish bias on the weekly chart. We are just losing momentum on the daily chart. What's the most important inflection point for Meta? There are two. The 607, a technical bullish pivot point. By breaking this pivot point, Meta will probably seek the all-time high again. By losing this key point, the 580s, it is gonna trigger a bearish pivot point, a lower high, lower low, materializing a correction with a technical target around $540 again. Okay, so we gotta pay attention to both key points, 607, 608, all right, 608 and 580. I'm so sorry, guys. Again, English is not my first language, all right? So excuse me. Right now, these are the most important inflection point for Meta. Only by triggering a crystal clear breakout of one of these key points, we're gonna see something new. For now, let's pay attention on Meta's price action along with the price action on many of these stocks because they're all looking very promising, they're all looking very good, but we gotta see a crystal clear breakout first. All right, of course, I'm gonna keep you guys updated in this channel every single day. So guys, 22 minutes together. If you are still not a subscriber, just subscribe because this channel is for you, my dear friend. I'm here every single day keeping you guys updated on SPY, QQQ, Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, etc. So subscribe because this channel is not for everyone. Not everyone can watch a video on technical analysis for more than 20 minutes. So my dear friend, I want more people like you here in this channel. So again, subscribe and click the like button to support me because your support means a lot, or it does mean a lot. So I highly appreciate your support, your audience. Thank you very much. See you guys next week. Stay safe. Bye-bye.